If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere is perhaps an understatement when seeking to describe the fabulous and turbulent life of renowned Israeli-born fashion designer Elie Tahari. No cliche would be cliche here, climbing from the bottom up. Nothing screams American dream more than his journey to the very top of global fashion. And this is exactly the tale of the new documentary, The United States of Elie Tahari. It premieres tonight at the Lincoln Center in New York City. And we are now taking you straight there to speak to director David Serero.
How are you?
Hi, David. Before we start the conversation, let's see a sneak peek.
My dear Ellie, tell us where we are right now.
When I ran out of money, I was sleeping on the bench in Central Park. It feels good to sit on it.
Mr. Serero, thank you for speaking to us on this exciting day for you. I assume the excitement levels are only going to rise up from this point onwards. So as said, no cliche is too cliche. Tahari literally got to New York City back in 1971 with $100 in his pocket, sleeping on benches. Fast forwarding 4 decades later, a mogul.
Exactly. First of all, Ellie, I want to tell you how much I admire you and how much it is an honor for me to be today on i24 News, my favorite channel. So
you're too generous on this exciting day.
I really, no, it's really an honor. Yes, it is. It shows the courage of the Israelis who, wherever you put them, they're always capable of doing so many things, but always with a big smile, with a big generosity. And that's really the personality of Elie Tahari. And this was my first film, which originally was supposed to go directly to Amazon, but it toured to 100 film festivals throughout the world and won dozens of awards. And now it's going to movie theater. And tonight is the premiere in Lincoln Center. Can you imagine? So indeed, it is such a beautiful story. And I believe every time you work with an Israeli, there is someone upstairs that says, I'm
that is navigating the way. Yeah, I doubt if Tahari himself, when he was a kid in Jerusalem, could have imagined a documentary on him premiering in Lincoln Center. So let's talk a bit about his work. He is, Tahari that is credited with creating the tube top and bringing tailored suits for women to the spotlight. And on the business side of things, he's one of the only 3 designers to build $1 billion fashion empires to last for decades, Ralph Lauren and Giorgio Armani being the other 2, by the way. So talk to us a bit again, the vision and the business success.
Well, that's the thing, is that when I talked to Elie, he never considered himself as a businessman. He's bringing you to really the old way, the old school of how these great companies used to do back in the days. If you look at a company like Walmart, they always did only what they were the best out. Of course, they diversified themselves, but they always continue to that avenue. So one of the best things that I learned from Elie is always to listen to the customer that you have now in the house, that you have in the boutique. And he was so wonderful with that, because he was really able to take you and to show why you have to listen to the consumer and create the best outfit, because that same customer can come back and come back and come back. And we show in the movie how the mother started to buy clothes for the daughter, and the daughter started to wear clothes from the mother, and they're still relevant to these days. So in the era of marketing, of trying to find new audience, new customers, he actually always did the opposite, to take care of the present and the past. How can I make the best clothes that can last for years for the actual customers that I have?
And the motif of tradition and family is underlined in your documentary on the personal level, and also, again, the business perception of the fashion industry. And speaking of the fashion industry, obviously going through a whole lot of changes during the COVID pandemic, similarly to New York City, perhaps one of the greatest loves of Tahari. Did you get a chance to speak to him about the changes both the industry and, again, changing the essence or the face of New York City?
Absolutely, Ellie. It's a really good question. It's one thing that Ellie always understood is to think ahead. And as I said, to listen to the consumers. So, of course, a lot of customers, they still go to the boutique. He still has a lot of stores throughout the world. But he understood very quickly that the future is really online, and of course he created really an online store where you can see the clothes 360 degrees, and they have a very good refund policy that if it doesn't fit, you want to change the size, there is a great customer service that goes through it. So he understood also where to bring the clothing, and we explained in the movie why it was important for him also to reach out the masses, but to keep a luxury brand. Sorry, I talk a lot with the hands.
No. This is how we like it. Vibrant and vivid. And I really hope excitement level will be the same in your premiere tonight. Director David Serero, best of luck tonight, and thank you for speaking to us. This is it. This is it for us on Global Eye. We'll see you again soon.
We love you. Thank you.
Thank you, David, and thank you to our viewers. See you again tomorrow.